Hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm going to give you some basic information about training here at Kaizen Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and our introductory program. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is on the front door it says leave your ego at the door. We're really big on that philosophy, and that's the number one thing is our culture here. Our students, their goals are to get in shape, to learn self-defense, to possibly compete if they want, to relieve stress, to have fun. No one's here for cage fighting. We don't train MMA fighters. Our programs, we do teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the gi, without the gi, Muay Thai, wrestling, boxing. We have a self-defense class. So although we have those combat-tested arts, our goal is not to get you into the cage and cage fight. So the next step in the program is to click the schedule appointment button below, which is going to take you to our schedule of all of our available classes that you can come in and try at no cost. That way you get to see what the training is like, what the workout is like, the culture. Now, a lot of people, before they do a class, I see them walk up to the front door and they grab the door slowly and slowly open it. I'll see them sit in their cars for a while because they're nervous. It's understandable that they're going to get hurt, they're going to be embarrassed, or they're going to slow the class down. But our classes are beginner-friendly classes. You don't have to have any experience. You don't have to bring a partner. In fact, sometimes having no experience can actually be better, because if you train in another martial art, you've trained in wrestling, some of those bad habits can actually translate over to jiu-jitsu, and you're going to have to fix those habits. So the number one thing about our school is we have a teaching culture. That leave your ego at the door philosophy is really important to us. So if a new student comes in, we want to make that student better, because if we make that student better, now we have a better training partner. Now we can make ourselves better, because we want to keep improving as well. So, and if you become a student here, we have that expectation of you that if you are training for a few months and a beginner comes in, they have no idea what they're doing, you're going to want to help them out. You're going to show them little details, anything you can do to help them get better, because we're all trying to make each other better. It's a rising tide that lifts all boats. So when you sign up for your free class online and you come in for your free class, the first thing we're going to do if you're coming in for a gi class or a uniform class is we're going to get you a uniform that you can borrow for the night. We have them stacked over on the side. One of the instructors or staff is going to help you out with that. If you're doing a no-gi class, you're going to wear basically a t-shirt, a rash guard, sweatpants, shorts, but nothing that has any metal zippers or buttons in it. Now, as far as the flow of the class, we always start with some kind of a warm-up exercise. But actually, before we start with the warm-up, a lot of times when you walk on the mat, so we're going to introduce you to the instructor, and students are going to walk up, they're going to introduce themselves to you, because we want our environment to be welcoming, warm, relaxed. I've trained martial arts for a really long time. I don't like being in environments where I can see there's a lot of egos and there's people that maybe want to show you they're the tough guy, they're the alpha male. We have students in our school. One of our students is Sandy. She's 68 years old. She trains here sometimes twice a day. She's comfortable training here. We want everyone to be able to be comfortable training here. So we go through the first part of class is the warm-up, which might be some light rolling or drilling. If you're completely new, we're going to give you a more advanced partner that you can work with, and they kind of work you on some basics. From there, we go into the instructional part of class. Now, in that part, the instructor is going to bring you in, show you exactly what we're going to be doing for that day. You don't have to know the techniques. You don't have to know anything. They're going to take you through step by step. You're going to be working with a partner. Like I said, you don't have to bring a partner, and you're going to work back and forth, repping the technique with no resistance. Usually from there, we're going to add either another technique or we're going to add some resistance, and then towards the end of the class, that's where we add resistance. So when we're adding resistance, that's where you see if your technique is actually working or not. So let's say I'm doing a shoulder lock from the mount. I can tell my partner I feel comfortable doing it. I'm going to ask them for 20% resistance. Maybe I'll move it up to 50. Eventually I might say, give me 100% resistance. Let me see if I can pull it off when you're resisting it. Because that way I'm getting feedback if I'm actually applying the technique correctly or not. And then after your class, you can sit down with one of our staff and they're going to go over the pricing, schedule, all the details about our 30-day free program. So besides our culture, there's a few other things about Kaizen that'll be good for you to know about. One is our schedule. We have classes 7 days a week. We have classes early morning, afternoon, evening. We also have weekend classes. Our students can train in the afternoon, evenings. They can mix it up. We also have a lot of programs that we offer. Now, most of our students mainly train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in the gi as well as the no-gi program. The gi is the uniform, which in Michigan most of the year people wear some kind of a sweatshirt or jacket, so it's an important thing for self-defense. No-gi would be more like if you're at the beach or you had to defend yourself and someone's shirt ripped off. You have to be able to respond to that situation because your grips change. Some of the submissions you don't have when you take the gi off. But anyways, we have a gi program, no gi program. We have Muay Thai, which is the punches, kicks, and elbows, knees from Thailand. They also do a lot of clinching where they grab in close. We have boxing. We have judo. The focus of judo mainly is taking people down using the gi and stop from being taken down. We also have a self-defense program, and we do incorporate no gi takedowns from wrestling. Another thing I want to mention is that we have our school professionally cleaned 7 days a week. So there are some schools that they don't clean their mats a lot, and it's not uncommon to have for the students to get ringworm, MRSA, staph infections, which are serious. This is a grappling art, and there's a lot of physical contact, and we want to make sure that our bathrooms and our mats are cleaned professionally. The other thing is we do have, for our beginners, we have an online access to our techniques. So it's password protected for students only, where you can start seeing what some of the basics of Jiu-Jitsu are. The thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is there are a lot of different basics. If you're doing boxing, the main punches are going to be jab, cross, hook, uppercut. You're going to have head movement, you're going to have footwork. Now in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there are thousands of techniques, and you can easily get overwhelmed. And in the beginning, oftentimes people do get overwhelmed. So we break down some of the major basic positions: the guard, side control, mount, and the back, a few defenses, a few offenses, so that way you can learn some of the basics without getting too overwhelmed. You can just go on the website, click on the different areas, and you can see videos about how to do basic techniques. So for example, if you do a class and we go through a triangle choke, to choke with the legs from the guard, and you start forgetting some details, if you didn't take notes, you just forgot, when you go home you can look up the video online and at least start to get some of the basics, be reminded of how that basic works. So the next step is to click the links below, the schedule appointment button. That way you're going to get 30 days free, a free introductory group class, and we're going to go over the pricing and schedule with you. And myself and the staff of Kaizen Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we look forward to meeting you soon.